This is Fred Rowe from Sarah Bright Fly Fishing Guide Service. I've been teaching, guiding, riding, and lecturing fly fishing in the Eastern Sierras since 1982. Well, let's get to this week's fly fishing report for Halloween through November 6th. Can't believe it. Halloween's here. And what am I doing? I'm going to be out guiding that day, teaching a bunch of people how to indicator nymph. Fishing's still great. You need to come up. You need to visit us. Technically, we have 2 weeks left of the season. Quick notes. Crawley Lake, it closed for the season. Not the lake, but the boat ramp. So you can't put a boat on the lake, but you can go out there in your float tube where you can fish it from shore through the 15th of November. And then I've been fishing the Upper Owens and Drive By, and Brown's Campground is closed for the season. So I know we're heading into fall, into winter, because everything's closing down. We're going to lose our regular season here the 15th of November. But let's talk about the fishing. So, Upper Owens River. The right days, you're out there, lots of wild trophy rainbows in the water, and they're in there. And what are we doing for them? We're nymphing for them. And how are we nymphing for them? Well, I'm using the Euro rig, and I'm using an indicator to float what? Size 12 stoner nymphs, size 12 green gold prince nymphs. Then we're using size 12 variations of gold ribbed hare's. We're using size 14 copper johns in there. Now, if you want to catch regular fish and what I call juveniles, your 5 to 12 inch rainbows and browns, try nymphing with size 18 olive quildegons, size 18 beadhead flashback pheasant tails, size 16 tiger midges, size 16 zebra midges in there. And then on the surface, try small mayflies. There's still been a little bit of a trico hatch coming off in the mornings, and then midday there's been a elk hair caddis hatch. Well, really not elk hair, but caddis hatch that we're using, size 18s and 20 elk hairs. And I caught a monster fish the other day, all of 3 inches on a size 20 elk hair caddis. Okay, let's go over to Hot Creek. Hot Creek, so we're looking for the blue wing olives. They're starting to hatch. Tricos are still there. And then we're also seeing some caddis on the water. So what am I using in there? I'm using size 22 female trico parachutes, size 22 trico spinners. Then we're using size 20 blue wing olive mayflies parachute patterns. And then we're also using size 20 gray caddis patterns in there. Okay, where are we going next? Well, we can't go to Crawley because I told you it's closed for the season, but we can go there. So this is my favorite time of the year to fish it. I like to fish the shoreline, throwing size 6 or size 10 streamer patterns. How do I set them up? Well, I put on streamer, and 20 inches above it, I'm putting on a nymph. And what am I using? Primarily, I'm using size 16 prince nymphs in there. Okay, let's head down the hill. Lower Owens River, 100 CFS, holding consistent. We're fishing great in there. Lots of fish, a lot of small fish, a lot of fair, average 10 to 12 inch fish. You just got to move around, work the areas. Had a couple guys out on the water the other day, teaching them how to Euro nymph. We started off slow like we always do. Takes a little time to learn how to keep the line tight, sighter tight. Once they figured that out, they started catching fish from 5 inches up to 12 inches, rainbows and browns. What are we fishing in there? Well, on the Euro rig, I'm using size 18 olive quildegons, size 12 stoner nymphs, and then I'm using size 16 hotspot pheasant tails. Okay, under the indicator, I'm using my favorite, the size 18 beadhead flashback pheasant tail, size 18 olive quildegon, and then we're using midges in tiger and zebra in size 16 and 18. Okay, let's go to Bishop Creek Canal. Been several trips out there, was up with a college Fly Fishing Club was out there with me the other day, and those guys worked hard, and they were getting fish. They got one nice rainbow out of there. And then what's going on? Middle of the day, early afternoon, we're seeing a hatch. I'm seeing midges, and I'm seeing tiny mayflies. So even though I say size 18 beat a flashback pheasant tail, you could go to a size 20 if you want it. You can also use the size 18 olive quilligon, and then use midges. Yeah, go a little smaller in there. Go down to a size 18 in tiger and zebra. Well, this has been Fred Rowe from Sierra Bright Dot Fly Fishing Guide Service, bringing this week's fly fishing report for Halloween through November 6th. I can be found every week on Tuesdays in Bishop at Mahogany Smoked Meats, and then I can also be found on Instagram, on Facebook, and my favorite, lpptv.us.